That like you say in the beginning, man. Well, like I said, I like how you work with all type of people and you try to give them that opportunity because you by yourself have a big platform and I know them man know that. So the fact that you giving them that chance, that's pretty cool, man. I
Yeah.
respect that about you, big
I,
time.
and like I said, I mean, what should they could do for everybody? BDJ was basically the same.
Yeah,
And even to him, and he got caught in between like a different kind of crossfire.
yeah,
And I love BDJ so much. You know? I see this boy talent. He could sing, he could play keyboards, he could play pan, he could do all this what it is to be. And even for him, it's just for him to just apply himself that because this is what it is you want, play yourself with the case and then everything else is going to work that way. You know, and that's for all the singers, them, all of them, everybody, every single body. I work with Sasso, and Sasso is an incredible free to work with as far as being creative. I love Sasso. I come back to the same thing. Sha, Kylo, I really appreciate what it is that these guys bring. Wow, I am one of the biggest fans right now, honestly, biggest fans of Kelly Jr. I said one of my biggest
talented
shortfalls I
dude.
said that was kind of a lot happening is not hearing what it is he was going to bring this year. I've
Yeah,
really been waiting on that for the case because he inspires me a different way in a different, just his own thing. He ain't care how the other way than father what the case to be, and that's movements. That's really, 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 really movements.
yeah, he's a talented dude, man. Kelly Jr. talented dude.
You know, you know.
So as far as the when we start to talk about like these artists with different approach to what they're doing, what you think about like VI artists getting songwriters, getting producers to do their song, getting and just having a team? Because it seemed like to me like a lot of these singers they don't want nobody write a song for them. They gotta write the song, even though you gotta be honest with yourself. Sometimes you ain't a good writer, but you're a great performer. You're a great singer.
Right.
Sometimes who producing for you ain't bringing out what the song saying. Go to another producer. Like, why you feel people don't do that in a VI as much?
I'm gonna hear you about me. Actually, the band enhanced band, the band that we used to back up the Soca Mona.
Mm-hmm.
So all of us, me, Kevin, Alvin Bob, at the time, AJ was there at the point as well. Hudson, all that crew, Black is all us used to be. We always have this conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
about 5 or 6 years ago, I started a conversation and I told him, I said, listen, wherever it is, we as producers doing on our own time, within our own time. But what we need to do is we need to farm a precision of the Virgin Islands type of thing. At the time, precision they had the whole scope. They had the writers, they had everybody in what the case to be. So my plan was we meet, let's say for instance, we meet once a month or even once a week. And we meet with the capabilities. I come with an idea, Bama with the case to be, and all of us swap on this one idea. Next week, Asia come with an idea, we work on that idea. But when we're done with it, we produce it under the production, not under Asia or the case. So then
Exactly.
now we tag in now, we bring in 3 different writers with the case to be. We bring in girls to do the background vocals with the case to be. So then we had everything covered. We have Dean Pan, one of the nastiest engineer we ever heard of with the case to be. We have all the elements with the case, but at no point is meeting. So I mean, and Kevin and all these guys will tell you, I've had this conversation with them every single year. But sometimes, I just say some things, and sometimes I don't want to be. When I say, if you feel it and you love it with the case be, then you will come and you will protect it with the case be. But
Yeah.
90% of the time, when a conversation, then whatever the night is, we walk away, and then we never get a chance to get to that point. But the door is still open if we go the case be. I'm still talking to. I have conversations with Kevri just about weekly. I have conversations with Osai just about weekly. I have conversations with Jordan daily with the case be. So we know we have this going on. I listened to Joker last night. And
Yeah.
as much as I know Joker, and I understand. So I need to get a car here for sit down with you as well, because I don't realize how much I inspired him here. You
Yeah.
understand? But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We need to build it that way where we have this foundation. Whatever it is you're doing and your time, that's it's fine. That's your production, that's and that. But we need to get our whole head and just start to push ourselves up with the case. And believe me, that for sure is definitely going to bring the unity.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. With your experience, with your abilities, with other producers with their abilities, I think it could be great. I think it could
Yes,
be great,
definitely.
especially because that's what we. I don't like to talk about them much, but that's what the Trini people doing.
Right.
They have numerous producers. They have numerous writers. Some of them that just take their credit and keep it moving, and we could do that too. Like I
Simple.
don't understand that. Like I don't understand why we don't think if this man is a writer, why you can't use it to write a song? Michael
Exactly. That's
Jackson
what I'm
got hits
saying.
from other writers.
We gotta get past that. It's like almost like
Yeah,
a small-minded type of way of thinking.
yeah, for sure.
I know what if I know for sure that listen, I a good writer. I have writers that I don't call, guaranteed. If I before I call anybody, I don't call Figgy. I say, Figgy, listen, I need this for the case. I need an idea. Figgy is a writer. All day, anything I go call Figgy, anything. Regardless of what it is, I trying to write.
Yeah,
Another good writer for me is Shamar. Shamar have written some wonderful songs for Anguilla, and nobody really said no. Some of these
yeah,
great songs.
yeah,
Figgy had a lot to do with liquor. When I call Figgy and tell him, I said, listen, I in the studio here and a man come in and talking about liquor and I cannot be leaving with the case. Yeah, with the ideas, a partner come in and he get the ideas. And I call Figgy and Figgy was like, bam, right the lyrics and then he send it back. That's the reality of it.
yeah, man.
Some of
Yeah,
these young guys, it's supposed to be the same exact thing, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like they want self gratification.
Yeah,
I just said that I do it myself with the
I
case.
did it all. Yeah,
But it don't work like that. It's come back to the same thing. Daddy Jones could have never be Daddy Jones by himself. I had to have people around me. I had to some certain things. I have to have singers around me, bass players, people to inspire me, something to look up to. Timbaland, I'm the biggest Timbaland fan. I watch Timbaland and see how it is, how he make his beat, and he do the same thing I do. He go like hit some parts and get a feeling and then he gone.
yeah.
And that's how these people that inspire me. So
That's
it's
what's
hey
up.
man,
That's what's
I
up.
love brother. Real talk.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to see that happen with Aido for real. I would love to see it because it gonna change the game. Trust me. If y'all get together and do it, it gonna change the game. You're gonna see.
Trust me. We're gonna get it together.
Yeah, because the platform that I see we approaching as far as like one thing that I saw, it was like the Uber Cruise. You saw how big the VI took over the Uber Cruise, brother. Yeah. So if we on that platform with them, we have to have the sound, we have to have the melodies, the lyrics that could be on that same level. We can't go halfway.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And we see, listen, hey man, I don't think I've ever been so proud to be a cruise than an Uber Cruise. And I wasn't even
Uber Cruise.
But I watching it and I see when I see that juice come out and a flag and I see avalanche and I see all these. Dude, I trembling all out of just thinking about it because that's the reality. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Get the Virgin Islands to represent itself at the same level. That's the level playing field. We understand that we small, you know. Yeah. But Jesus, wait, when we see that, is it that unity? Well, I don't know if the people don't realize what it is that they did.
Exactly.
For us musicians, what it is striving with the case. I might never make it on an Uber Cruise, but I will watch them videos all day. I watch it on over. Leave that. That is madness. And like I said, and even though I see, and the good part about it, I see how we embrace the culture and what the case be. But then I see how other cultures look at our cultures like, wow.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
You're going on bad with the case. You understand? And I like no. I know right now, whatever conversation people for the Uber Cruise having, they have the voice in that conversation. That for sure I can guarantee. Whatever they planning, they have to make sure that they have, and that is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's great, and we need to make sure when we get that platform, we maximize on it. You know,
that's the truth. That's the truth.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Yep.
That's the truth.
So as far as Daddy Jones now, like, what's your plan with music? Like, what you plan to do as far as producing, band stuff? What's your plans?
My major goal right now is production and getting this sound right. I working on that every single day. I'm learning. I'm talking to people. To be honest with you, I'm taking courses. I am doing everything I could possibly do to make sure. And even though a lot of what it is, like I said, a lot of what it is I do come off with emotion or how it is I wanted to sound or what the case be. But it's just about making sure that I present it in the best possible way. That's all it is I want. You understand? So like I said, I have the conversations. I do. I send for. I have people that I send for feedback. Really good the case be, and I need that. I need you to be truthful. I want you to feel it how it is. Yesterday, on Thursday, I drop a rhythm that I plan to drop very soon, and that's what I'm looking for right about now. That future of that rhythm, I'm going to protect that, and I did start to send it out to a couple of artists over the case be, to see their reactions, and everybody going mad. I think the only thing with it is that it's just kind of a different rhythm, which you expected. It's not something that I wanted you to act like you heard it before. When you're listening, you wanted to like the same thing like watching Wash. When he listened to the rhythm, but he ain't really understanding what it is going on. But when it really hit him, now he was like, "Well, what?" So that's believe me, that's why it look. That's the expression that I don't want. Like you listen, you hear like, but wait, when you realize what it is going on. So that's another major production. I'm doing a lot of production for Nicky Brooks as well.
Okay.
We should have some stuff dropping very, very soon. I did some stuff with Jeff recently. That was supposed to be for St. Thomas. I'm going to drop that. I'm getting a lot of calls from the guys because everybody was feeling to themselves, well, we ain't on a carnival, so, we're too. I said, what I mean? You see, there's people that supporting you. You got to. As a matter of fact, this is the perfect time to get people to listen to your music.
No doubt. Perfect time.
Everybody
they sitting home, they gotta listen.
So let me drop this thing. I see you need something to drop. Let me go. Let me push out. Just call me. Let me go. If you need me, need me. If you need to work with somebody else, push it out. If you need me to critique it, you need me to give you an honest opinion, send it to me. Let me go. It's as simple as that. But we gotta stay pushing. We gotta stay pushing. Go. Yeah. Because especially for St. Croix, we got a tendency to wait till December to release any which way.
Yeah. That's one thing I realized. Like not VI, St. Croix music to come out like late December and right round the corner is Carnival. We gotta get out of that.
Right, and then as you see that, and that was the thing too. Even some of the hits, especially coming from Vaio. Remember, right after St. Croix, it's St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, yeah.
And so a lot of times, you have to decide, how it is you're gonna do certain things. Mm-hmm. That's why remember the Jungle went to St. Thomas,
Jungle St. Thomas, yeah.
So it was
I remember that.
Carnival was so close, so we had to kind of weigh and balance.
Yeah.
But I think I said these things that I have in my mind to do now. My goal right now is also to do a Vaio complete album, and then after we do the Vaio complete album, is to start doing the Vaio the greatest hits. Come down with it and market that. I think
my greatest hit is Ring the Iron. Greatest hit.
Ring the Iron.
Telling you. That's my tune, brother.
And the social medias and all the other stuff and the Spotify and these other platforms. So when you're looking for Virgin Island music, we have a platform that we could go on. You understand?
Yes.
You don't necessarily, if you go on and plug Spotify now, you put in Virgin Island music, what are you gonna get?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So we want the Alam Jamal albums, Alam Imaji, all these things together. So I want to do the Vaio greatest hits and make sure we set that up first. And then after that, then we can have the conversation on all these other songs to make sure we have them there so we can make sure we get a proper representation for these songs.
Okay, that's
what I gonna cut in again,
Yeah, go ahead.
Introducing the 1997 Vaio. Hold on. Stretching meditation for this smart.
That's my tune there, brother. That's my tune there. But on a serious note, no, let me ask you this. And I asked them, the Kitisha musician, them the same thing. Why we don't have a place, either a physical place or a digital place that we could go and see people like your father, people like Bolo, people like Boots, people like Friday, their contribution to VI music. Why we and I have to say we because I'm Virgin Island. Why we don't take musicianship seriously?
I think we don't see musicians in a different way, and a lot of times it don't really be a positive way.
Yeah.
A lot of times you like. I remember at one point people used to call me At one point, I'm going to call me Money Jones, right? And obviously, it was a figure to themselves that maybe Jones are making money.
Yeah.
Which is the farthest. That's what I'm telling you. Understand? So we see musicians in a type of way. So sometimes we only want to put them as far as we want to put them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why sometimes when, like, you see when Rock City go away and do the thing and they come back, then we sit that way. Well, I don't think the Voice Islanders ever want to put anybody in that position until it's already happened. The closest thing we had to that was a Friday. But believe me, I tell you, man, Friday wasn't just wake up this in the morning and say, Friday studied. He studied, he went in the talk, he talked to the man, all the ideas, he listened. So it's not like he was just doing it. He studied, he listened. I remember one time we were going to St. John for a gig, and the gig was early, so we've been in the taxi bus for maybe like 6 o'clock. And the guy used to be playing a lot of them old songs in the evening. I think there's what's his name is on St. Thomas. But anyway, so he used to be playing all them Kitchener and all them songs. Friday would sing these songs word for word, ad lib for ad lib. He knew every single song. So he studied that's what the case to be, to the point where he got to understanding where it is that he could do his writing his way. And understand that his writing is that Confucius of all where it is that he studied with the KSB. And that's the time that you have to put in. The people, we Voice Islanders, we are the ones to make sure that we make these things happen. I mean, it's so hard to explain, like, to support the culture of it or what the case to be. We need this history documented. Yeah. And if it is, man, you just give me another, my mind is going all over the place. Big up to Senator James and the Tory legislature. I have to big up for real, because this is the same conversation. Even before he came to me with it, I've been thinking about this for so many years. You understand? We have so much people that do so much well in with the case, but we just kind of like sitting them back. Like my father is the perfect example. Calypso Show, Junior Calypso, all this what he has done into that. Where is the history presented? So the resolution, and then it includes me. And when I saw me, then I started to say, oh man, there's a lot of other people that should have come before me with the case be. But then I stop and I talk about it. My father passed on, he has me, and I am still living, still fighting for the same exact thing my father was fighting for. And I'm going to stay fighting for this. So I hope in time that we get to all these great musicians, like Uncle Dean, Devin Carrington, all these great musicians that come from the Voice Island with the case. At some point, we get to recognize them for what it is that they do. Yeah. That will be that.
Yeah. and not even only in the soca arena, because
exactly.
Van Benjamin, Akibuka, I'm sorry if I chopping up your name. I know him as Van Benjamin. I know him since I was a little kid. We actually was in church together. You know what I mean? And how I know the kind of what he put in musically is from here. When he came here, to see the type of people go to midnight event, that was that threw me for a loop. I didn't believe how good he was at what he do, brother. And there's no record of what he did. He gone now.
Let me tell you another story.
Mm-hmm.
My first ever, my first recording session I've ever done in my life was Ronnie and Van Benjamin.
Wow.
That's my first recording session. My father trained me. My father told me, listen, Ronnie and Van come in 10 o'clock to the studio. You need to go down there and record them and whatever it is that they do.
Wow. What year was that? You remember what year?
Oh my gosh. That had to be the studio been in town.
Mm-hmm.
So it had to be anywhere from 90 or out of school, 92, 93, someplace around there.
Over 20 years. Yeah.
I remember 2 clients. My father, he spring me and 2 clients.
Yeah.
Me and running them with the KSB, and running them, it wasn't that bad. They were so full of ideas with the KSB, and to be honest with you, most of the sessions were more listening sessions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or check out something. But then we had another band came in from Antigua, named Vision Band.
Yep, no Vision. Yep.
The band came in, like I said, I do this recording thing. I'm scared. I ain't like to. I'm panicking. I don't know, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
Vision Man came in and Vision Man said, listen, you know what? We don't record in a day. we only record in the night. So my dad will let us say, hey, you gotta deal with that, you know. Cause me say, I like with these man with the KCB. So Vision Band session was every night, 11 o'clock in the night to 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
I appreciate just you mentioning these things, that these things just coming back in my head.
I gonna remind you another one. I remember that China Dan used to record China Dan albums.
Yes.
And they used to record late night too. I remember that.
Yes.
Because in actually one of the songs I could hear, I think it's Zek said, Daddy Jones wake up. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that happened a lot.
And but we need these things documented. This is not just VI history, is cultural. It's not just VI history. It's something that your kids should know about. It's not,
Yes.
learning about DMX and them thing.
Yes.
That's easy. Them man go on Facebook or wherever, hit a
Right.
Wikipedia, and they could see everything about DMX or whoever. We need that kind of database.
Right, definitely.
Need that.
And even me, I pride myself too to make sure. I mean, you have everything is based on time, eh? Everything is based on time, but you have to make time. I need to get more to the schools. I need to see people that to understand that even if it is that you don't decide to play, when you go to school, they probably won't force you on a wind instrument or whatever the case may be.
Mm.
But be honest, you right now, the laptop alone is an art by itself. You understand? So
Gotcha.
that has to be in the conversation. You might not like it with the case, we may want them to learn. But I sit down on YouTube and watch a 6-year-old make a whole track, and he don't know no theory. And he knows his dots, and he know where to put certain place with the case to be.
Yeah.
That is art by itself.
Gotcha.
You understand?
Gotcha.
So we have to protect all of it. Me playing out like I hate the laptop. Anybody could tell you, anybody know me could tell you. If I could go and play with Rhythm Box alone for the rest of my natural life, I would be good. That's not the reality. It's only so far the Rhythm Box is going to be able to take you.
Yeah.
When I go with the Ableton or with the KSB, I could walk with 20 years of files. And you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But when listen, this box here, I keep telling you, I keep telling you young formers, are you doing this Ableton thing? I see what the case be, but get your hand on our box. The box is going to change your life. Believe I tell you. The freedom. Another good example of the box is we went to play Pumpa had a gig in Miami.
Mhm.
And so Pumba walk with all of us with the case. He tell us, listen, actually, it's really his gig. He wants us to come and what's not. But we didn't really know what the circumstances were.
Yeah.
So we went and we got there. She just there with the case. We did a vibing. None of the artists that want to go on. All right? Everybody waiting.
Yeah.
So Pumba said, listen, what are you going to do? I said, you tell me what to do. He said, the man said they got like a little space in the booth. And we could just set up the Rhythm Box. Run the Rhythm Box through them and thing, and we could go with that. I said, okay, fine, no problem. Set up at that time I had the 5,000.
Yeah.
5,000. But the man had a Yamaha digital board. We run the digital out of the 5,000 into the man board. Listen, when Pumpa come on and that box come on, right? I don't know what DJs will do. But when that box come on indeed, I tell you, it's almost like the speaker them, like the switch is speaking them automatically, like the smoke went different, like the lighting went differently, and people face started turning up with the case, and Pumpa just come in there and he just do his thing. And we just run with him and he just sing, and Pumpa just stay there and just mash it up. And that was the box. That wasn't no laptop, it wasn't no Ableton, it had no background vocals, it had all that thing. All you have was just the raw rhythm.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Just a box and a man walking.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you, throughout all these years, like you mentioned, you had your box. I also know at one point everybody had multiple Rhythm Box, 3 keyboard. You know what I mean? And that was a setup for a keyboard man for decades.
Yes.
How you feel music has changed now to this Ableton time? Like, do you think music has gotten better as far as like the quality of music we perform, like live performance, or you think it's scaled back?
It really scaled back. But like I say, it come to the point whereas music come like trends. Like and I must say we too, because in some circumstances I have to think the same way.
Mhm.
You just think about it as a trend, as for the next couple of weeks, and then after that you thinking about the next song, and then you're moving again with the case. Whereas with jungle, 10, 20 years from now, we're gonna still be talking about jungle with the case.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So music now is fast. It's a trend. It's like yeah, bam, 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 bam. And so you're done. Okay, we jump to the next one. Yeah, that's what it is. So I don't like. I mean, technology. I love the technology, but everything must evolve. Everything must go a different way with the case. But you have to know once you get a foundation. Timbaland them can't work the technology unless they had a format as to what it is that he was doing. Exactly. And what he did in the same format that he was doing, he just used the technology to enhance it. You understand? But then the younger ones now, they're going straight to the technology.
Yeah.
You understand? They ain't going to find out how it is. They never had to borrow somebody's keyboard to sample some songs or spend 2 days and just building programs and you make a sequence yet. Or they never had to go through those type of things. At the point, I was so into my programming, right? I would program 100 beats, right? I would program a whole file, and when I done, I would use 5, and the other 95 down again, and I would go back and I would do the same thing again.
Wow.
And I started it was just that serious to me, and I realized the more I do, the more I grind, and the more. And I remember telling you, everything for me had to sound different, So my creativity had to be wild. So, inspiration came to me however it came. It would sometimes it would rip me out of my sleep. Sometimes I jump in my car, see my son get out to buy something, and when I drive in, I hear it, I get back home. I mean, like, no, it's different now. You reach for your phone, you record the idea with the case, but it's still not the same.
Yeah.
You put it on with the case, be done, lead to another idea, lead to another idea with the case. And next time you're done, you have a production. Sometimes it might be 5 minutes, sometimes it might be 5 hours, but I don't care. You have a time limit on it. When I done with it, I go, no, I done with it.
Yeah. So let me ask you, who is some of the artists?
CJ again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I got to touch it up sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah. Like what artists are maybe even producer you would like to work with in the future?
Brother, I'm gonna say this here with a straight face, brother. I mean yourself skin of face. Anybody, everybody. I listen. I will work with anybody. I don't care who it is. I trying to sustain what my culture is with the case, man. I know what my brand is, and I know what all I could do. I know what all I could offer. So if Jay-Z call me tomorrow and say, listen, Joe, I want a soca rhythm, he can. He can. Just what I tell you, he can. That's why I want people to, I don't think a lot of people really know me. Like I said, I'm naturally a shy person. I'm not naturally to myself with the case. So that's why I'd be glad for some of these opportunities. But I want the best out of everybody. If you're around me, I want the best out of you. And I'm going to push you. And I come off a little hard sometimes with the case, but I want the best out of you. I want you to be the best that you could possibly be. Every day I strive, I wake up in the morning to be the best possible man I could possibly be, whatever it is. Whatever it is. If it's my personal life, if it's music, if it's dealing with my children, dealing with my family, with the case, it's the best I could possibly be. And I want to make sure I could share that with everybody. So, Jay-Z, you want me there? Check me. Maybe.
I'm glad you said that because it lead me into my next question. Like, how you discover Tafari?
Brother, I believe in the powers of the universe. And I believe some things just happen for a reason. Everything to put everything into perspective. And I'm gonna be real with you. Tafari was not the bass man that he was on the crew. I just told you, Messiah was the bass man. And it just so happened that the day that we supposed to play, Messiah got in an accident. Couldn't make it to me. He had to call another bass man. The man said, listen, yeah, I know this young dude here named Tafari, you know. I said, he could play? Man said, yeah, man, he could play. So this is history.
Wow.
So the universe to just talk to me. He just put things into sort in play and just roll with it. Don't roll against it. He's telling you something. Telling you something. Tafari is like, brother, hey, he's family. I feel like I raised him. I feel like he raised me, and he's a good man. He's a very good man and humble. And like I come back, and I'm glad you mentioned Tafari as well, because you know, even up to us living in the world, and we get this notion, this competition notion. Like everything's supposed to be a competition. Everything is about this person against that person, what the case is. Me, Alwyn Daddy Jones, I had the opportunity to work with all of them, man. And listen, Junie is going to be the greatest musician, even before bass, man, that I ever played with. Junie has taught me so much in adapting other music into what it is I do, listening to melodic music and listening to it openly, listening to what it is the man doing with the case. Junie will always be that. I will call Junie to do anything. He will always be that musician, bass man to me. I am not never going to have to compare Junie to Tafari. Never in a million years. Because the two of them, man, is two different players. Tafari knows the aggression. Tafari wanted to show you, listen, this is me. This is what it is I have. This is what it is I do with the case. You understand? Junie grew up playing in the church in reggae music with the case. So he has a different discipline. Remember, when me and Tafari now, it's just me alone. We didn't have the compliments of the rest of our band. So we had to create as we go. And I play a line. Next thing you know, he play the line. Next thing you know, that's what the line is supposed to be. I hear the line, I play the line. You understand what I'm telling you? So just the freedom to be free, to be just do what it is that we love. So I love Tafari with the case. But it's not comparison. There's no possible way to compare the two of them. The two of them brings a different element to me. And I love the both of them. Trust me, I'm telling you. Hello, same thing. Wicked bass, man. Just feel like I've never heard before with the KCB. But you don't have to compare them. Rain Man. When you see Rain Man up there with the KCB, listen, even if you take off the volume, right? And you can't hear what Rain Man playing, and you just see. Why just look at you understand?
He looked the part.
So why we have to stay to compare them? Competition or big competition between, well, not competition, the conversation between Swanks and Uncle Steve with the KCB. I can't compare them. These man is two different programmers with two different approach. I love Gusty for what it is. I love his creativity. I love what it is he do. I like Swanks because Swanks has mastered the game of manipulating how it is we bring in transition and how like a DJ with the KCB. So I respect the man for that. Like my son, I respect for what he has the same programs that I have, but taking them to a different level with the KCB. You understand? All of us have something to offer. I see music like the English dialect. You have English, and you have Crucian, you have St. Tomian, you have Kentish, you have people from St. Martin, you have people from everybody talking English, you know, but everybody talking their own way. So how I gonna come like me telling like Kentish, so my language better than yours? I can't tell you that. That's your talk, you understand? So I never believed in competition. I hate competition. If you ask any other man from Angola, they'll tell you anytime they come to that competition point with the KCB, I do it because that's a part of their culture. And I understand that. But me, I don't want to feel to myself I want to compete with anything. I want to bring what all I could bring for you to enjoy. I ain't trying to compete for you. When I don't bring it, then you bring it. So at the end of the day, then people are spending $30, they might see me solely say, then man, give me their arms. I give me $30 what? That's important to me. Very, very important to me.
I respect that. Well, I tell you this, naturally human nature is to compare, brother.
Yes.
And when you start comparing, that's when the argument comes, that's when the competition element step in, you know.
I still watching the Michael Jordan documentary.
Yeah.
I really watching it and I studying it. And I what I do actually is put myself in the frame of thinking and what it is he was going through at the time. And he said something like, he did make some mistakes about, political and what the case is. But one thing he said, listen, I'm a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Yep.
So that's what home for me. I am a rhythm man. That's what I is. You understand what I'm saying?
Got you.
I have protected. I have all my life. That's all I wanted to be was a rhythm man. I wanted to make rhythm to the best of my ability. So that related to me, and I humble to that story as well.
Yeah, man. I respect that. And you you did so much for the culture, rhythm wise. You man, you say you ain't want nobody call you the goat, but I would say you was anything less. You ain't nothing less than the goat, brother. So I gotta respect that about you, and you seem extremely humble. Like I never been around you physically, but you seem extremely humble, brother. For a man with your stature, with your legacy. But I wanted to mention that your father was actually a producer, one of the players for like a lot of these Calypsonians, right? Like in the early 80s and so, right?
Right.
Yeah, because I know, was he like part of the Sunshine? Was it the Sunshine Band? Was he part of that?
I don't think no. Before he played with some other bands like My Body and so on and so on the case, but he playing with Sam and the Caribbean Express. That's when they were
Sam and the Caribbean Express. That's why I
mistake. Backing up Mighty Sparrow and a bunch of other cases. That was a big highlight.
Yeah.
I actually when I graduated from school, I went to live with him. That was 1990, so I went to live with him, and that just set me on fire. And while I'm talking about it, I need to big up Carol Hodge as well. Carol Hodge used to play Express with the same band. Mm-hmm. And Carol Hodge was the one that really got me into writing, or realized that I could write, or how writing is and what it is to be, or how production is. So I went to live with my father, and the plan was to go up there and go to school, find something to do, and better myself for the case to be. But at the time, he was going to the studio, and so I was going to the studio and meeting everybody. I was meeting Sparrow. At one point, went to the studio, and Houdini was in the studio, in the same studio. So I was going through the motion. So I sat down with Carol, and I think we walked on a song, and so I was learning the basis of how certain things go. And I remember I decided to myself that I had called home to see what the man do over here, what the case. The man said, yeah, we don't record the album, we just about done. So I'm like, what? Man, record a whole album without me? And I go, so I had to get belly hot and all kind of thing. I remember my father was going, they had a trip, they were going to Sweden.
Yeah.
And, the trip was around the same time. So I said to myself, Daddy, you're getting home, I can't take this move, so I gotta go home. So I said, okay, no problem, go home, and what I think we'll work it out afterwards. So I get home, so after the airport, I come straight by my house, so I want to know what is going on. When I reached the man, tell me, I said, hey, we are waiting on you, we got nothing, we are waiting on you. Hey, listen. Hey. So I think we were going to the studio. I think it was probably maybe the next weekend.
Yeah.
The next weekend. So I just went to work. So I ended up actually singing on the album and doing all kind of thing.
Wow.
Wow. But like I said, my father, he really set the pace for me and make sure that I understood certain things. One of the things that I was kind of disappointed in that I never really got into the reading, like really reading the music with the KSB, which entails with the Calypsonians and what's not. Mm-hmm. But still, he put me in a place where parties I could still arrange for them. So even at this day now, I still arranging for King Dobby. King Dobby singing before I was born. You know, I still doing the King Generic and the Mighty Pat and the L'Oreal Gerard. I still doing all these Calypsonians with the KSB. Like I said, to make sure I protect part of the culture with the KSB. Yes. And I have my son with the KSB, and then he's gonna have to learn it too because he's gonna have to protect it as well. You understand? And then the junior Calypsonian and these little Calypsonians, if you should know, you should see these little children now. They're singing every song word for word. Yeah, okay, we're gonna bring you into Calypso. Go sing 2 verses over the KSB, and we're gonna spread it out, and we're gonna make a big thing out of this. And I promise you that that is another one of my major goals, because I realize how children sponge and how they approach music is different to how adults do, right? Mm-hmm. I play a song for my daughter, and I play a song for her mother with the KSB with 2 different reactions, and you see it. You know, when a child loves a song, it's love.
Yeah. And the reason I bring up your father as well is like, what's the plan for the Express side of now? Because you took on Express now, right?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clone myself about 4 times. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm working on. I'm trying to see if I could get a clone or if I could be 4 different places at the same time. The one gig that I do know that I enjoy the most is Express. I enjoy it the most because every time Express play, I feel to myself that is my father playing and my father talking to me, my father telling me what to do. And when it's time for to play the keyboards, then I just play freely. I just don't care. I don't care about nothing. I just play. Whatever it is, I feel and I solo on. So the Express brings that life part of me with the case. Bio is always going to be mine. I know what that's created with the KSB. That brings me a lot of joy as well, especially with the man. And my man is my brothers. I love them. We've been on for so long with the KSB. But the Express motivates me to play. I don't always need a laptop with them. I will go there and the man will just call us and something might get lost and I will try to find them. And I love that. I love that. I love to hear, people still singing Purple Rain, and we still doing these same thing that's total classic. So especially whenever I call, I'll be like, oh yes, I really can't wait. And just like I said, just to especially representing my father.
Just for the people who may not know, I'll just say Express, you have family members in Express, right?
Yes. My dad was Al Baptiste. He's one of the sole creators of Express. And also my uncle, Dean. He's still there. He's actually the one in charge now. Pio, he just as an uncle to me. He's been on me for a very long time. Toby, like I said, Toby is one of them. Toby is one of them musicians who could just play in any band. I don't care what kind of band it is. You call Toby, scratch music, salsa, just call Toby. Toby's one of them musicians that is that talented to just come into your band and fit. And then also we have the lovely Pat Raggy as well. She comes back now and again with the KSC, but she's a part of Express and I always will be a part of Express as well. So big up to Express, man. Love alone.
Respect. So now that we know that Express is something that you're gonna continue on for your father legacy, how about the PVI now? What's going on with that?
PVI, like I said, times is changing. It's getting more difficult to move, how you want to move and what's not. I will always be there to protect PVI as much as I can, being that the circumstances. And to be real with you, at one point, I had even made a decision to even move to Angola.
Wow.
Because at the point, like I said, the love was really real. And a musician, I mean, you could pay a musician all day with the case, but you need that love, you need that support. And like I tell you, sometimes just the simple things. When I'm home, I basically work with myself or work in the midst of my family or the case or who it is I'm working with. Mm-hmm. I have worked in PVI with people that I don't even know the name, and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Sometimes we in the studio and they have in there blazing hot. They got 15 man in there with the KCB. And for some reason, everybody believes that it was a bother to me. But it completely, I like this song because like I said, I'm doing it for people. So the more I do what it is I do it and I see how it is, if I working hard and I working and I see that they dancing, look, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Something wrong, you understand? So I admit that without saying that I need it. So when they come wrong, they enhance me. And especially like I love Angolian's conversation. When their conversation is out in the small. They don't hold it, they just say how it is with the case. So when I listen to them now, so I listen to their same conversation now, then I'm going to rate towards that, because that's what rating is. Understand? So that on its own just put me in to understand how it is I am, how it is I work with people, and how it is. But I really need to work all day, every day with the KSB. So the bio thing, we're going to protect that. We know what it is that we already built with the KSB, and we're going to move on with that. The Express, we're going to Express, same thing. We're going to do some recordings. We're going to do some things with the KSB. We know what Big Al meant to expect with the KSB, and I come back to the same thing. I never, ever trying to be like Big Al. I can't with the KSB, but I am Daddy Jones, and when I come, I'm going to roll with Daddy Jones with the KSB. I'm going to protect that name and whatever it is we're working on 100%. No doubt about that.
Yeah, man.
Hold on again, man. This tune, the mash up the Caribbean. Hold on.
Big time.
Everybody jam play that tune. Whoa.
That's one thing too. I'm glad he played that because how we feel to be in a club or just being like by a bar or whatever and see these songs from so long ago still have that type of vibe. Like people still don't go crazy when them songs play. Like how that feel inside?
Amazing, and amazing for a whole lot of reasons. As much as I talk it to you know, and I what it is I do in my mind, it just running through the memory box, right? But realistically, I have the worst memory. You understand? So a lot of things, how I remember it, it has to be something that's significant that I will remember. So some rhythms I can't even remember like making. There's like one or two of them I could remember making them, and the one rhythm I will never forget making. One rhythm I could never forget making is Rhythm Alone. I would never, for my life, forget that because I could remember thinking to myself, and this is my task. I'm gonna make a 16 bar rhythm. So you turn on the box and you go to 16, 110 with the KCB. So I record it at 16 automatic.
Yeah.
Roll it with the marimba. Think. That's the heart with the KCB. So that one roll with the KCB. And then all the elements them falling with the KCB. You understand? So that's me. That's the whole day. That's the way I love to work. That's how the elements. None of them take out your bum.
Yeah.
Now, as a programmer and for somebody that plays music and understand keys and what's with the case, take out your bum is a confusing rhythm.
Yeah.
That's a rhythm you could play in a minor or play it in a major, and without when you go to the minor, of course, you know you're gonna go a little darker. But when you go to the major with the case, be some more happy. That is madness. How does that even work? But when I go to and I play rhythm, stick out your bum and I start to solo the different tracks with the KCB, I understand how they correspond to themselves. And then when they reach to the end of it now, all of them come to form a circle. When you listen to one of them by yourself now, like a song, right? Together. Magic.
Since we talking about rhythm, let me ask you about the you make a rhythm. I think you made it when you went to Jam Band. And I don't know if they had a song with it. I don't remember it having a song, but it was a popular rhythm. The rhythm was chickity-tung, chickity-tung-tung, chickity-tung, chickity-tung-tung.
Rhythm Alone.
That beat there, like
that's
that beat alone is popular. Like I don't. People don't understand like how you do that, dude. Like you gotta tell us how you don't do that.
And when I did it first, it didn't have the breakdown. Just a regular thing. What I call it, and I myself give it a nickname. I don't call them rhythm walk off rhythm. You could be a rhythm man, right? And you need to go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom. You understand? Every single time the beat come back around, right? It feels like it just start again.
Yeah.
So you could stay listening to it, and that's like a hit song.
Yeah.
And you love it with the KCB. When it comes out, you just make you feel like, oh, it's so good again.
That's the perfect description. Is a hit song.
Yeah. I'm playing down my father Mingo place. I didn't mean to say that with the kids, but a police have come to stop the jam. I mean, everybody out there having fun. It was raining. It was supposed to be a wet fit. I didn't want to stop. So the police, I could see him coming towards me. So brother, I put on Rhythm Alone and I sneak off of the stage. So he on the stage by himself, right? And the whole crowd is going crazy. He don't know what to do, what he could do. He don't know how to stop it. And that was impressive.
I'll tell you this. I want to know, like, is the energy in Anguilla as far as like performance better than the VII, just different?
Oh my gosh! That's the energy in Anguilla is uncomparable, especially when it comes to sorting events. Band clash. When it comes to band clash, I just feel like Michael Jackson. I don't feel like I on top of the wall. They Angolians just put me there. They just put me like there is nothing else going on. Jones is you and Panda Vibes with the KCB. And I'll tell you the love from that. So even from the days of going up on the stage when they're ready, even we always have strike a note yet. They don't hype, they don't move in, the flags don't wave in with the KCB. They got literally Angola got a population maybe 15, 16,000 people. Literally have 5,000 people in this place. And that's what I'm telling you. So this is bigger than life. Yeah. And then you go in there, I go in there, and all my emotion, all my fright, all my stomach, everything. And all I do is start the rhythm. My boy, the rest is life. Watching them, I can't do nothing wrong. To me, at that point, win, lose, all that, I could care less. I can't pay money for this feeling that I am with right now.
Yeah.
I say that to say though, I am from the Virgin Islands. Born and raised. I've seen all the highlights. I've seen everything with the case. We come back, I was in conversation with the Uber crew. When I see them going on stuff at the Uber crew with the case, we gotta be like, yes, yes. But when we play here now, we get this stand up on the side, we got a little bop head with the case. So almost like we afraid to show these musicians that work so hard. They plan all this thing, they write these songs. This way the man went and make sure he balanced, make sure he put his file into play. He do all this stuff for the case. Just for me to enjoy myself. You understand?
Yes.
So, we do it, and then I sit up with my hands full, with the case. And some people get into it, some people with the case. But I realize, to be honest with you, I realize that more people that lives in the Virgin Islands from different cultures, they're the first ones to come out to support it because they have, shame in supporting with something like this that you love it. If you love something with the case, you support it. And even if it is that you don't love it, if it is that we don't love it, and somebody come to me and say, Jones, today was a bad night, you should have do this or you should have with the case be. I go humble and say, okay, I will take it into consideration. I ain't gonna let it happen again. We're moving on. We do this kind of, but no, we want to go on Facebook. That man is this. That. You understand? We're not helping the product. You understand? I wish all Virgin Islands could come to Anguilla Band Clash. Just to see. Listen, we brought in Sharina and a crane in the band clash over people. Dude. And here on, and I end up there playing the music, and I have no clue. Yeah. All I know is I hear Sharina's voice and she's coming in. I know Pash there with the KCB. This is stuff that you'll see in movies.
Yeah, for sure.
My hat off, come back, same thing, Sketicians. I went to my first Singing Music Fest was last year. Okay. And I was there, I was having a great time with the case. I saw, I think it was Manapi, I saw they were there, we were good. So I said to myself, wait. So yeah, the way St. Kitts, so the St. Kitts Bank got to close. I said, oh yeah? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now you understand what I tell you?
Yeah.
Bank belongs to St. Kitts. There's the ownership. They belongs to us. We are going to protect that. We are going to love you, We're going to love you. You're going to come in with the KSB. But one thing we know, you ain't staying here. You're coming in here with the KSB. You're going to entertain us. We're going to pay you. And then you're going back where it is to come from. That's the reality of it. But the condition is that I have to live with them every single day. So we're going to make sure that you put you in a position. Yeah. You go down because if you do bad, they're going to talk about you the same way. But same way. They will still protect what belongs to them.
Let me tell you why I hate to see Jones. I hate to see the outside artists on the stage. I talk about watching from afar in St. Croix and in St. Thomas in the village. The outside artists on the stage, people in the crowd going nuts, jamming, Asa Bantan, wet down this, move this, everybody doing it. And then the VI band then come on and people stand up. Yo, that'll burn me. I'm telling you, that'll burn me. That don't make sense to me.
My whole vibe. To the point where I just want to go walk around and I start tapping people on the shoulder and say, listen, this is not for this. This is not. If you want to sit down, you can move on the side.
Exactly.
We ain't trying to stop you. We know it's free entertainment with the case be, but at the same bit, we want you to understand that the rest of the world is watching this.
Yes. Yes.
So as much as it is for we that enjoying it here, we doing it for tourism doing all this to make sure that we put in a position where it is that we could come from it with the case. But you sitting down there with your chair, with your handful, and all you want to be busting and move is not helping us with the case.
No.
And I had enough conversation with that. Pour a section for that. You understand? Pour a section for that. Get them a big screen. If you want to sit down, get them a big screen and let them watch it on the side of the big screen. I had another great idea. Just, like, remember back in the day, I had this MTV. We used to have like a little well.
Yeah.
And these people all in the well, all they had to do is just go sit. I said, listen, 200 people put it in the well, tell them, listen, we're going to give her some drinks, and I'll go sit. but that's all I'm saying. But that's what people want to see. This thing, everything you do right now, especially for the marketing, I'm talking to you right now. This talking to you right now with the case is for the rest of the world.
Definitely.
You don't know when it will end up. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? But I know that I'm talking to you and you're talking to me, and I'm making sure I tell them my story with the case. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to tell the story, to be honest with you. I'm glad for the opportunity.
Yep. People here listening, brother. They want to hear your story, brother.
Keep on telling the story with the case to be. I want others to see me next show. Daddy Jones is one person, I was one thing with the case to be. But farthest, listen, I am so approachable. Trust me, it might look like I'm all in my thought, which I'm always at. I always thinking with the case to be. But sometimes just say hello. Chat me with the case to be.
Yeah.
All good. I really like the conversation. Another story that flipped the win between it and Daddy Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And going to all peak at Bio playing in 2+2. And my one night, so we had a great night. Session poil, everybody. And when we done playing with song, I was just so tired. I was mentally tired. I gave it my all, and I was leaving. And then when I was walking through the door, I had passed two girls. I really didn't know them. I probably had seen them before, but I didn't recognize them. So I just walked through, opened the door, and I left. But when I opened the door and I was at the same time when I leaving, I could still hear the girl voice. The girl said, "What think he's all that." So that resonates in my mind. You understand? These are fans, you understand? And I have to make sure that I treat them as fans. They came, they paid the money to see what it is that I do with the case. And sometimes all they want is a little recognition. So if you see me, just be with me with the case. I might be in thought, I might be in emotion. A lot of time, I'm a very emotional guy too, and I cry easily. Cry with the case to be very, very emotional because I have so much love and I want the best out of me, out of myself, or out of everything around me. So I don't really get to that point. When they see me, believe I tell you, I with you. Just say hi, believe me, and we're gonna be good.
Yeah, man. We in the social media era, so you gotta be that guy now. And the name need a face now, because everybody know who Daddy Jones is, but some people walk by you not knowing you is Daddy Jones.
That happens all day, every day. Daddy Jones. I didn't know who Daddy Jones is with the case to be. So, and I don't. I work with the government, so when they're in the government, I try my best to be Alvin Baptiste, but you know how that is.
Go ahead, Soapy.
Yes, right.
Mr. Funk Gum say Daddy Jones must make it happen.
Make what happen?
I know exactly what it is in me. And even with Funk, a couple of years ago, we were working on a Panda Vice project, and Panda told me that he's going by Funk to do the vocals. So I said, okay, no problem. So most of the time I was traveling between Anguilla or going to St. Martin. So I tell him, well, come to St. Martin and then we're gonna go by Funk and then we will walk over to the walk out. So now, and like I tell you now, I grew up on Funk. I mean, everything that Funk did, everything that the 17 plus did was law. I wasn't a jam band fan. Only thing I really like about jam band, I wasn't lyrical, so I wasn't into much of the lyrics. But I like the raw energy and the dread, like raw dread. It wasn't polished, it was just raw with the case to be. 17 plus, it was a lot more cleaner, it was a lot more precise. The instrumentation was more precise. So, and I always loved that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they took me to Funk House, and I mean, I then blushing and acting like a little. Song sit down and he took me in front of his computer, and Funk did the ultimate thing. John point to it and he showed me a playlist. I think it was iTunes at the time. A playlist that says Daddy Jones and the music I have was in the playlist. I will remember that for the rest of my natural life.
That's homage, paying homage, brother.
This is the man that I live and dream about being. You know, I want, and the thing is, you know, I don't want to be like them. I want to take what it is that they did for the KSB and bring it towards to myself.
Got you.
Yep.
Yep.
That was it. If I spend the rest of my life trying to be like funk with the KSB, that's what I was going to be trying to be like funk. I wanted to take what funk taught me, what my father taught me with the KSB, and make my own self what it is I feel I should be with the KSB. And win, lose or draw, you know.
Yeah.
It was fine for me, but I know I presented myself. So funk.
Big up yourself, Funk.
Big up yourself, brother. Big up yourself.
Funk.
Funk's enough respect, Daddy Jones. Love alone.